Dear all, welcome back to my channel Biology Notes. Today I will discuss about different ecological pyramids in ecosystem. It is important to understand the feeding patterns of organisms in different ecosystems and how energy is transferred in different trophic levels. Let's see the contents of the video. I will focus into the following topics: definitions and types of ecological pyramid, pyramid of number, examples of upright and inverted pyramid of number, limitations of pyramid of number, pyramid of biomass, examples of upright and inverted pyramid of biomass, pyramid of energy, example of pyramid of energy, advantages and disadvantages of pyramid of energy, limitations of ecological pyramid, and importance of ecological pyramid. Here I have mentioned few definitions of ecological pyramid. Number A. An ecological pyramid is a graphical representation of the relationship between the different living organisms at different trophic levels. Number B. Relationship between numbers, biomass and energy flow at the biotic community level can be shown graphically by ecological pyramids, in which the first or producer trophic level forms the base and the successive trophic levels forms the tiers. Ecological pyramids are mainly three types. Number A, pyramid of number, number B, pyramid of biomass, and number C, pyramid of energy. Pyramid of number. This concept was first given by Charles Elton in 1927, so it is also called Eltonian pyramid. It is the graphic representation of number of individuals per unit area of various trophic levels. Large number of producers tend to form the base, whereas lower number of top predators or carnivores occupy the tip. It may be upright or inverted type of pyramid. Here are the two examples of pyramid of number. One is upright, another is inverted. First, the upright pyramid of number. Here, the numbers of all macroscopic organisms in 1 acre of grassland community are arranged according to broad trophic levels to demonstrate an upright type of pyramid of numbers, in which producers or plants are individually more numerous than consumers like herbivores, insects, etc., which in turn are associated with a very few tertiary consumers like birds and moles. The number of microorganisms or decomposers in grassland was not determined in the studies. Their number, of course, would be extremely large and require a different scale to show on the same diagram with the other components. In the second figure, an inverted pyramid of numbers is found where parasites are involved. For example, a tree may support a large number of fruit-eating birds, which in turn support quite a large number of parasites, such as lice. There are few limitations of pyramid of number. It does not indicate size nor the biomass of the organisms and trophic level respectively. The metabolic rate pattern is not considered. This rate is higher in smaller organisms than in larger organisms. The shape of the pyramid varies with the size of the producer organisms, whether these are planktons or lofty trees. It is rather difficult to represent all the components of the entire community on the numerical scale. Pyramid of biomass. This pyramid represents total dry weight of living matter present in each trophic level of the food chain, from the base represented by the producers to the apex represented by the super consumers. The loss of biomass at each trophic level is well pronounced. The pyramid of biomass may be upright or inverted. Here, first figure shows the upright pyramid of biomass. The diagram for the rich and beautiful Silver Spring, Florida is especially interesting since an estimate of all the community, including the decomposers, is shown. Beds of freshwater eelgrass and attached algae make up the bulk of the standing crop of producer in the spring, in which numerous aquatic insects, snails, herbivorous fish, and turtles comprise the primary consumers. Other fishes and invertebrates form the smaller crop of the secondary consumers. And bass and gar are the chief top carnivores. Animal parasites were included in the latter level. Since the decomposers are primarily concerned with the breaking down of the large bulk of plants but also decompose all other levels as well, it is logical to show this component as a tall bar resting on the primary trophic level but extending to the top of the pyramid as well. Actually, the biomass of decomposers is very small in relation to their importance in the functioning of the community. The second figure shows the inverted pyramid of biomass. In inverted pyramid of biomass is also found in certain situations. For example, in lakes and open sea, the producer organisms or phytoplanktons are very minute and short-lived, while the primary consumers such as fishes, many species of crabs and squids, whales, etc. are much larger and long-lived. Thus, the standing crops of the consumers may be greater than that of the producer. Pyramid of energy. It is the graphical structure which represents the flow of energy through each trophic level of a food chain over a fixed part of the natural environment. Since this type of representation takes into account the fact of the majority of the energy present at one trophic level will not be available for the next one, it is more accurate than the other two pyramids. This idea is based on Lindemann's 10% law, which states that only about 10% of the energy in a trophic level will go towards creating biomass. In other words, only about 10% of the energy will go into making tissue such as stems, leaves, muscles, etc. in the next trophic level. The rest is used in respiration, hunting and other activities, or lost to the surroundings as heat. The first figure shows diagrammatic representation of pyramid of energy. The sun has been included in this diagram as it's the main source of all energy as well as the decomposers like bacteria and fungi which can acquire nutrients and energy from all trophic levels by breaking down dead or decaying organisms. As shown, the nutrients then go back into the soil and are taken up by plants. The loss of energy to the surroundings is also shown in this diagram and the total energy transfer has been calculated. We start off with the total amount of energy that the primary producers contain, which is indicated by 100%. As we go up one level, 90% of that energy is used in ways other than to create flesh. What the primary consumers end up with is just 10% of the starting energy, and 10% of that 10% is lost in the transfer to the next level, that is 1% and so on. The predators at the apex then will only receive 0.01% of the starting energy. This inefficiency in the system is the reason why energy pyramids are always upright. Second figure shows a field example of pyramid of energy. In Florida Silver Springs, the energy contents of different trophic level organisms as collected by H.T. Odum 1957 over a period of 1 year make an upright pyramid. The energy contents in kilocalorie per meter square per year from 20,810 in primary producers decreased to 3,368 to 383 to 21 in consumers of first, second and third orders respectively. Thus, a top carnivore for the organic production of only 21 kilocalorie needs a very broad base of green plants equivalent to 20,810 kilocalorie of energy. There are few advantages of pyramid of energy. It takes account of the rate of production over a period of time. Two species of comparable biomass may have very different lifespans. Thus, a direct comparison of their total biomass is misleading. But their productivity is directly comparable. The relative energy chain within an ecosystem can be compared using pyramids of energy. Also, different ecosystems can be compared. There are no inverted pyramids. The input of solar energy can be added. There are few disadvantages of pyramid of energy. The rate of biomass production of an organism is required, which involves measuring growth and reproduction through time. There is still difficulty of assigning the organisms to a specific trophic level, as well as the organisms in the food chains. There is the problem of assigning the decomposers and detrivores to a particular trophic level. There are few limitations of ecological pyramids. More than one species may occupy multiple trophic levels, as in case of the food web. Thus, this system does not take into account food webs. The saprophytes are not considered in any of the pyramids, even though they form an important part of the various ecosystem. These pyramids are applicable only to simple food chains, which usually do not occur naturally. These pyramids do not deliver any concept in relation to variations in season and climate. They don't consider the possibility of the existence of the same species at different levels. Now, the importance of ecological pyramids. They show the feeding of different organisms in different ecosystems. It shows the efficiency of energy transfer. The condition of the ecosystem can be monitored and any further damage can be prevented. So this is all about different types of ecological pyramids. I hope this video will help you to understand the functional aspects of an ecosystem. If you have any query, you can write in the comment section. I will try to solve your questions. Subscribe the channel, press the bell icon for notification of new video and share the video. Stay with us, keep watching. Thank you.